Okay guys, I got a special video for you. It is all of the Dino Charge Zords, minus Brachius, whatever he'll end up being once he releases in the US. Yeah, so it's a special video. Got all the Zords. You see red T-Rex and black T-Rex in the back with Spino in between. The Dino Charge Megazord, Stegosaurus, Triceratops, Ankylodon, the Raptor Zord, Parasaurolophus, Ankylo, and Plesio. Alrighty. Now, of course, you can see these are the Bandai America figures. But, as you may can tell from the three T-Rexes, or, well, we'll call them three T-Rexes because, yeah, it's the same mold. I added some paint to make them better. I added paint to all of them. Except for Tricera and Ankylo, because there's nowhere else, at least on the show, that would make them show accurate that I could add paint to them. So those two, I literally had no paint. Well, of course, I could add paint to around the horns of Tricera, but considering that's a part that would connect into a place like here, I didn't want that to scratch and have to always doctor it up with a paint pen. I mean, I literally just used a simple paint pen to do this. And of course, let's see. First, I will show you the Dino Charge. I mean, literally all I added was here and here, gold. And of course, on the show, the underside is all blue. But because they made the toy gold on the inside too, well, I added the gold respectively here and here. Alright, like I said, there's literally no paint added here. Of course, I could have added paint there, but I decided not to. Nothing for Ankylo, but okay, Stegosaurus was the first Zord that I ever painted to see if I wanted to keep on with it, considering it was just this part right here that needed painted to be show accurate. As you can see, it's actually done really horribly compared to how you'll see the other ones. What I did here was I tried to get some of that paint tape and, you know, cover all of this part. Basically anywhere I didn't want the paint pens to bleed onto. Well, that didn't exactly work out, and the paint bled underneath the tape. Tape didn't hold onto this kind of plastic, and this is the outcome. But the only thing I didn't do to make it more show accurate, and I didn't intend on doing that, was to... Alrighty then, for some reason my camera decided to stop recording. But as I was saying, I didn't do this. I didn't color this part of the sword, because, I mean, again, it's just a simple part that would be scratched if I put it in and out or whatever. And plus, they don't make paint pens that sharp. Of course, especially to get into this very tip part. But there you have it. Let me put him back on real quick. Alright, we'll go to the Raptors. I mean, literally, for the Raptors, they're the exact same mold. So literally the only paint you have to add to these three is here on the side of the legs. I did it to both sides, of course. That's basically with my Zords. The only sides I add paint to was to sides that were, if they were in like Megazord mode or whatever. If you would see it in Megazord mode, that's the side I added paint to. But like literally, I just painted here on the legs. And one thing that bugs me about these Zords is in the show, both Dino Charge and Kyoryuger, these two have the same piping on the leg, but this one is different. They literally use the same mold for all three. The only parts that are different is the tails and the head parts, and of course the color. So yeah. Alright, Plesio I didn't add any color to, because on her, and of course I'm calling it a her because it's piloted by a girl, the only place you would add paint to is here and here. No, I'm sorry, it's all right here on the knee. And I didn't really see the point to just add it in that one spot. And I didn't think it would look good against the white, even though it was good there, but that's a darker shade of silver. Alright, on to the Rexes. Okay, first of all, let me tell you my gripes with Black T-Rex. Well, really, there's a gripe with Spino and T-Rex. And you can see it right there. One of them's the tail for Black T-Rex. This is the tail, of course, you know they're supposed to get. But they both have this stubby tail that when you put them in when you look in the instructions, you put them in robot mode, these tails become a shoulder-mounted gun, which is cool if you're a kid, but for me as a collector who wants show accuracy, I want the regular tail. Plus, if you add, the Dino Charge Megazord to the back of either of these, they'll just topple right over. But of course, you could always take tail off Rexy and put them on. But then again, if you're using Rexy for another formation, then you don't have the tail on the back like as in the show. And the other thing is Black T-Rex. I think we see him in the Kyoryuger versus Go Buster versus G-Ranger versus Aber-Ranger. We actually only see him for a few minutes because Rexy dies and turns black. Well, Black Rexy did not have this, or Gabutira did not have this thing. So basically, you can take this off and it becomes more show accurate, in my opinion. And there you have it, more show accurate. If I can get the head to sit right. Alright, of course again, the only paint I added was to the sides of the legs. I didn't add it to the back here because you don't really see that in Megazord mode. So, but you do see the sides of the legs. And of course again, the Turbo Spino, or Spino, added it to here and to here. And of course, I forgot to tell you, Black T-Rex did the same thing. And of course, this is not show accurate either because his weapon was actually a boomerang. But of course, both of them are rocket launchers. Of course, it comes with little toy rockets that are easily losable for any kid. And of course, this will become, instead of taking it off, there, becomes a hand-mounted gun. If I can get it out. I'm trying to do that off camera. There. Becomes a hand-mounted gun, which if you put it in any of the dinosaur's hands, I haven't put it in his yet to see how it looks or how it actually works, but any of the dinosaurs that you go connect to here, neither one of these guns want to sit straight forward. They always want to sit off to the side and droop down, because the way this back part is, it doesn't fully sit all the way down into the hand. But there you have it. Of course, Turbo Spino's the same. Told you, just add it here and there, not there. Of course, I did both sides on these because if I were to put the guns in their hands, you would see them. You would see both sides of that. And of course, the Jinky Tail. Oh, and the Jinky Tail. These pegs, okay? These pegs per constructions are meant to go instructions. As I was saying, the tails, these pegs are meant to go here and here, but we all know Rexy's tail clips to the back bottom pegs. It doesn't want to stay on. It'll go in, but if you even touch it, it'll pop out. Sometimes it'll even pop out on its own if you even move it a little bit. But as far as like sitting on a shelf, if you stick it in there once you stuck it on the shelf, it'll stay good enough. But you even like if you bumped it right there with it on the back, it'd fall right off. Rexy's tail stays in place. Alright, and last but not least, Rexy. And same with the other two. Added paint there, and of course on the other side, and not there. I thought about adding it to here on both of the Zords, or all three of the Zords, but To be honest, when it's in Megazord mode, I kind of like it being all red there. So there you have it. I had 3 stops in this video because of running out of space on my phone. But there you have it. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. I've got a Kamen Rider Ghost video coming up because I got the driver for Christmas. Let's see. What did I get for Christmas? I bought Rexy, or Black Rexy, Spino, and Ankylo the day after Christmas. But I bought them with Christmas money. But I got... Here I get it. I got Plezia for Christmas as far as Rangers, Power Ranger toys go. Actual Christmas Day, opened that up, had it for Christmas. So there you have it. Dino Charge, Dino Supercharge is waiting for Brigigas or Brachio or whatever the US counterpart ends up being. Oh, one more thing. His battery, her battery, and his battery, don't read in the Dino Charge app yet. So, I mean, I hate that they released the toys with the batteries to use in the app before the show airs, but they don't update the app to support the new batteries before the show airs. But I guess maybe that would give away what's coming up in the show, so I kind of understand. But as I was saying before I added more into this video, don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, DJ Mexi. Peace out.